Good afternoon, my name is John Flood, and I'll be doing a presentation today about the Dual Immersion Language Program. So what is the Dual Immersion Language Program? This is where you'll see students, particularly in elementary school, enter school, and they're going to receive their education in both their native language, whichever that may be, and their non-native language, which more often than not will be in English. Students will learn academic content in their native language. Again, it could be Spanish, Vietnamese, Chinese, and then they will also have some instruction in English. Another part of the dual immersion program is that students will work with other students whose primary language is English. More about this program. Often with the dual immersion program, there are two teachers, for example, in one Georgia county that is close by. Math and science is taught on a daily basis in their native language, and then language arts and social studies will be taught in English. One goal of the dual immersion program is for students to maintain their native tongue and their culture while still gaining access to the core content subjects like math, language arts, science, and social studies. A review of the literature has shown that there is an exponential growth of national programs designed towards teaching content in both the native language of the student and the non-native language. Some characteristics that you might see in the dual immersion program. One important characteristic of the program is bilingualism. Students are literate in both languages, so they will be able to speak Spanish and English, for example. The second characteristic is both groups of students will benefit from this program. For example, the English speakers will gain a greater appreciation of other cultures. The non-English speakers will gain access to the content and develop more complex problem-solving skills. In other words, both groups of students will benefit from this type of education. One model that you might see for the dual immersion program is the 90-10 model, which is quite often used in California. The 90-10 model starts in kindergarten, is when the target language is used for 90% of the day for instruction, and English is used for the remaining 10%. Often, the 90-10 model is used in kindergarten, and as students progress a grade level, like going from first, second, third, and fourth, the amount taught in English raises by 10%, eventually leveling off at about 50-50. The second model you see is the 50-50 model. Here again in kindergarten, when they start out, the target language is used 50% of the time, and English is used the other 50% of the time. Another way to refer to this type of model, it's called the simultaneous literacy model, in which the target language and English remain the same, and an equal amount of time is spent on each. The key distinction with this model is you must have a closely aligned curricular program in language arts and in math, making sure that the skills are not retaught in both languages, but rather these skills are built upon in each language. So here we just want to make sure that when they are teaching, that you do not repeat too much, that you build on top of the other one. What would this look like in the classroom? Within the classroom, the student population is balanced with 50% of the students with their native language, whatever that may be, and the other 50% will be English. Instruction is in the 4 content classes and in both languages. So often you'll see math, science, language arts, and math, and they will be taught in both languages. The non-English language is used from between 50 to 90% of the time, depending on the model that the school is using. Pros of dual immersion language. Number one, it improves cognitive skills for ELLs in the population. It will sharpen and expand social and emotional skills. It will increase school engagement in the classroom and overall academic success. It will allow a sense of importance and increase cultural awareness for both students, so both groups benefit. And it will strengthen self-perception and identity. Specifically looking at this point right here, what we want to emphasize is that both groups will benefit. One through content and accessibility, and the other group through cultural awareness and exposure to different languages. Some cons of the dual immersion program is first, you need to find and retain teachers who can speak and communicate the content to the students. Another con or drawback of the program is a cost factor, because this program is very expensive to run. You must hire and maintain the faculty, and training must be accompanied with the program. Another drawback or con too is often students within the program will sometimes only make friends with those who are in the same class. References.